Hello YouTube, my name is Plazookas, and I'm going to react to ShaMoo's new video, and this time it's going to be within hours of it posting. I just so happen to see it on my timeline. Thankfully, I haven't posted anything about Tectone in the last couple weeks after the 4th of July. I've been busy with family and stuff at the home front. But I want to say this before we begin. The DOJ came out and said that Jeffrey Epstein files do not exist and that essentially Jeffrey Epstein killed himself. Nobody believes that. And the reality is none of this matters. The video that ShaMoo's going to make or that he made or whoever else is going to say that Tectone is this or Trump is that or this person is this, it's not going to matter until it matters. And currently, if you are an individual who is protected or who has notoriety or has an audience that is cultish sheepist, you are essentially in the clear, just like you were before the Me Too movement, just like Harvey Weinstein, just like all the other individuals that weren't actually going to be touched by any of these allegations until a movement started that basically got a lot of people who were guilty and then some who are innocent convicted or, actually held accountable for their actions. And we're resetting that wave now to where a lot of these people are immune. So I react to this knowing all too well that none of this actually matters. But it's important for our posterity's sake, for the rule of law, for democracy, because what separates America from other countries is our justice system, is our ability to rehabilitate and become better citizens, to basically all just try to be better people, come from other countries, other, war zones like immigrants do, like refugees do, and actually build a better place for everyone and family and their friends and their kids. And we lose that. We've lost that. With that being said, let's react to this ShaMoo video, which I've watched almost all of it, but I want to react to it on here. Now, thank you to ShaMoo. Again, I have liked his video, and I've already subscribed previously. He has many different places where you can support him. This video, again, is well edited, well produced, and it takes a lot of time to do that. If you are watching it, you should support it, especially if you're someone that already supports content creators. Please go out of your way to support someone like ShaMoo.
There's this one guy. His name's ShaMoo. So this guy's accusing me of being a pet. He wanted me and Trevor to make out in front of him. We kissed. His lips were so chapped. My stubble on his stubble. We got
I don't know who this Trevor person is. Maybe this person's underage. This is why the clip is being presented as he called me a pedophile, and then here's the proof that Trevor is underage and that they kissed somehow, which is like, maybe it's a kid thing. Maybe it was just like a bet thing and it wasn't anything sexual. But at the same time, having access or taking, little things like this and having, encounters with underage kids could lead to something more serious and could also be something a pedophile would do.
naked.
Hello everyone. So there's been a few things that have happened in the fallout of the Tectone doc I thought were worth talking about. I also received a return on the FOIA and the 82 pages of court documents referenced in my video.
This person filed a FOIA request in 2025 under the Trump's DOJ. I'm not sure if that's handled by the state or the government. I think it's handled by the government. Pretty impressive that he got a response. I'm glad FOIA is still working for something. And it's called Freedom of Information Act, FOIA.
Tectone's insane lawsuit between his ex-wife and ex-girlfriend. If you haven't seen the first video, be sure to check it out as you'll have more context for some of the things being discussed. I'll put a link in the description. Also, please hit the like button and leave a comment as it helps with the algorithm. Also, if you want to support more videos like this, I'll throw the relevant links up on screen. One of the main criticisms of Tectone is when being criticized, he constantly sympathy farms his audience. Here was how Tectone
so many sympathy farms, and I'm glad that this is going to be presented in this video in the relevant material, because I just know things and I say things. ShaMoo actually shows it. And so me reacting to these kind of videos really does present a lot of the evidence that I talk about, and ShaMoo does a lot of the work.
responded to the internet making fun of his father being an infamous convicted military pest, something he was already well aware of.
I was named after my father's best friend because I was supposed to die at birth, and I was just considered the failure of the family I was. I'll be real, I was never really treated too good.
All of these tactics are meant for you to feel sorry for Tectone, and there's more examples of this.
Father threw me to the ground, put a gun against my head, and he said, give me a good reason not to shoot you. I hated my father. He never told me that he was proud of me.
He even references this reaction as a, quote, play, as in implementing strategy, and talking about the father pest response stream the next day.
What they'll do is they'll hear me say that I don't care, and they'll see me crying, and they'll post that. But I still think it was a good play. I do. I mean, obviously it wasn't pre-orchestrated or anything. I just got overwhelmed by...
Why would you say a play if it wasn't pre-orchestrated? We all assume it's pre-orchestrated, although we don't have any real evidence to suggest that it is.
You know, obviously I get sensitive about my family 100%, but...
As we all do.
Meta, how can I get my 2-year-old his breakfast?
He likes it when you make silly faces.
I won't edit this out. I'm notorious for not editing.
Bank robbery in progress. All units respond.
Little girl, stop! What are you?
So let's consider these things when viewing the following. Just 10 minutes after my premiere on Tectone finished airing, he immediately would go onto Twitter and post what many suspected as sympathy farming. Quote, rest in peace, Christy. You were like a mother to me and the kindest person I've ever met. I'll miss you forever and I love you. People DM'd me letting me know it was posted, and at first I thought, yeah, I don't know about that. It's a bit too conspiratorial, even if a bit coincidental. I said I would have to see if the person didn't pass that day in order to consider it. It's an odd coincidence for him to post this just 10 minutes after my premiere ended, but you'd need more. Well, people were actually able to find online that this person had actually not passed that day, but well over a week ago. Since the tweet was framed in a way that would make the reader think that she passed that day and it was just 10 minutes after the premiere finished, I do think there was a chance he was sympathy farming. As I've already established,
I knew about this and I had already posted my reaction. I was moving at the time. I was gonna maybe make another video about it, but again, people that watch me know already this is the playbook that Tectone uses. There's not a controversy. There's not a drama that involves Tectone that is not immediately then met with some sympathy or some victimizations or pity me, poor me from Tectone.
This is a key trait Tectone has and utilizes when operating online. One thing you have to realize about Tectone is that he is hyper-fixated and paranoid about videos being critical of him and negative coverage. If you go to any video like this, you are likely to see Tectone commenting on the video sometimes immediately after they go up. Videos with 200 views to a couple thousand will often have Tectone there commenting on it. This man is plugged in bigly and is watching the vast majority of...
True. A 200 sub YouTuber. Plazookas. Many examples shown here of my name, of him commented on my videos. Literally a perfect definition of what Tectone does. And that does, you know, indicate something.
Videos and coverage he receives. Tectone will respond by saying people were attacking his friend's mother that passed away and that they were saying he was making it up.
Again, always trying to rewrite the narrative, as he does. Effectively to his audience, by the way.
But that wasn't the point anyone was making at all. The point was the timing of the post coupled with the video and her passing well over a week prior. Things would get even stranger when Tectone would respond to all this by saying he was having schizophrenic hallucinations, seeing this woman's spirit in the room, vaguely addressing why he made the post about this woman a week later, while also claiming that he was paying for this woman's hospital stay and life support.
Bro has seen God himself. Oh, no, I was hallucinating like crazy yesterday. I was sitting on this couch when I heard the news about Christy passing, and my OBS was open because I was talking to Shinya while trying to get my stream set up. I swear to God, Christy was behind me. Sometimes I can't tell if I'm a schizophrenic or if I'm a shaman. Honestly, it's a toss-up. Yo, guys, what do you think? Anyways, lightning totem, fire totem.
The relevancy of using this person's name in his chat, in his channel, is a double down, a triple down to ensure that any criticism met about him victim farming is then automatically assumed to be bad faith. Read it however you want. The pattern is clear.
In case you guys don't know, my best friend's mom died around 8 days ago. My buddy wasn't really ready to talk to me about it until like 2 days ago. And then I got him on the call yesterday to actually find out what happened because he told me there was bad news. And I actually was helping pay for the life support of Christie for a bit there.
It may seem like it's, insincere and disingenuous to even question the fact if he was paying someone else's hospital bill. This is a person that doesn't even pay for his own hospital's visits. Like, he's so scared or intimidated by the cost of something, which we all are. Obviously, healthcare cost is insane. I don't believe he has insurance, nor is it any of my business, but the implication is that he doesn't because he doesn't want to pay the bill, or he's alluded to the fact of how much the bill was, which if he was covered by an insurance company, private insurance, potentially, with his income, he shouldn't have to worry about these kind of bills, at least the first couple throughout the year. Like, they're usually covered in some kind of care plan. If he was going out of his way to pay for someone's life support, which could be true, I'm not suggesting that it isn't, but the pattern indicates that he doesn't pay his modders. He probably barely pays his editors, although that's very defamatory, so I have to be very careful here. I just don't believe it, although it all could be true. Let's just say it is true.
Because she was more to a mom to me than my actual mom was.
It could totally be coincidental that he made the post accidentally, making it look like she had just passed away around 10 to 20 minutes after the premiere finished. But again, I find it odd that it would take over a week for Tectone to find out about this, especially when, according to him, this woman was more of a mom to him than his own mother. If you recall, one of the lesser known secrets about Tectone was his inability to have sex for the vast majority of his 10-year relationship with his ex-wife Freem, and the totality of Pink's 2-year relationship with him.
You understand why I would not have sex with you. As a victim of assault and myself, I had trauma when it came to having sex. This is a known fact. I have told you this from day one. I don't want to apologize for being raped and being scared.
So I did find it funny when opening his response stream to my video that I was agreeing with Tectone overcompensating and announcing to his audience that he had been having a ton of sex.
I just passed the out, dude. Like, I mean, oh, Jesus. I was just having so much sex. I could just, I just passed out. I don't know. I just blew my load.
Tectone is deathly afraid to review the video and most likely never will on stream. Inside his Discord, if you even attempt to post any video tangentially related to mine, you will be banned from posting.
This is absolutely accurate. Their mods, my videos have been linked. They will get automatically deleted. There was one that slipped through the cracks. He obviously said never happen again, and I don't think it has, or if it does, it gets modded and deleted.
So the only reason Tectone had any comments about my video whatsoever was because
and they'll ban whoever does it because, again, not part of the echo chamber, outside of the cult, outside of the family, outside of the circle.
So TK member Justin Minkx, or Minkx on Twitter, shared the video and said, "Just a reminder, this dude supports his father, who is a rapist, and got an anime tattoo to feel better after sexually assaulting and degrading."
The anime tattoo is crazy, let me just say that. I mean, if you just, like, the context of that all is just insane.
His past 2 partners, but okay. I've had bad interactions with him myself in private, but this video will really shine some light to viewers.
Video's amazing, ShaMoo, 149,000 views on the actual tweet. It's been tracking pretty well. I think it was at 30K the last time I checked this actual video, and I think this video will help that video as well.
Like the other day where he posted about Minkx going in about me, about my quote-unquote allegations, right? Here we go again. Yeah, those things that are obviously, those are very serious, even though it's been over a year and nothing happened.
I mean, something has happened, though. As Tectone himself has stated, he's being investigated 100% and has been in contact with the police.
I'll be real. I went to the police yesterday, right? Because, like,
what an idiot.
They're going to investigate me. They're going to investigate me 100%. They're going to investigate me. They're going to investigate me 100%. Anybody's worked with the police, it is so slow. It's unbelievable. Look at this. Minkx takes shots, posts this weird ass this the worst hit piece.
It's the worst hit piece, but Tectone refuses to watch it or any of the numerous people that have covered it, even banning his Discord members from being able to post anything related to it in his Discord. If it's
And here's what I want to say, and I've said this once before or twice. It is highly likely that the investigation will end and there will be no valid charges, or it'll be dropped entirely, and Tectone will feel vindicated and technically is vindicated by law. But that doesn't necessarily mean that what Pink has said is not true. There just might not be enough evidence, or there may be a pressure on the police force because of outside, sources, whether it be the justice system, whether it be the lawyers, whether it be Tectone, whether it be Tectone's popularity, which is only increasing, by the way. So there is that chance that, because police departments are political to some degree. And and I'm not saying that they'll just get rid of investigations. That's not what I'm implying. But if there's no evidence, or there's lack of evidence, and there's no new information that can be gleaned, and there's just not a strong enough case, they can just drop cases at that level. It'll take in a lot of other ancillary, secondary reasons as to why they would do that as well.
Economically bad, Tectone could pick it apart, but he never will because he has no explanation nor any good answers to the questions that the video poses.
Yeah, the video is very, very well done, and it's very hard for people to talk around it. So that is why. And that is the reason why everybody comments on my videos saying, oh, Tectone's going to get you this time. Tectone's going to get you that time. Yeah, good luck. Good luck.
My main criticism of Tectone is he is a prolific liar, which we will see plenty of today.
So this one guy, what's his name? I forget the guy's name. It's something Moo.
So right away, the guy literally just had my video on screen, but is such a dishonest coward, he has to pretend not to know who I am after I've talked with him directly, and his worst enemies have been reviewing my video for the past week.
Moo. I don't know. This guy DMs me being like, so Mr. Tectone, sir, may I get a couple questions about what's going on with your current issues with your exes?
I told him I would be covering all of his recent controversies with his father and ex-partners because I wanted to be sure to include his side for context. All the questions I laid out were the most critical criticisms I had for Tectone, or lies I felt I had caught him in.
And I'm like, yeah, sure, I can answer anything that you want me to answer. And then he sends me the most inflammatory questions of all time. And I'm like, okay, well, I can't answer these. But if you wait a little bit and you wait for the results of the investigation that is currently ongoing, then you'll have your answers.
The majority of these questions he had already talked about publicly. I asked why he hadn't filed a defamation case, if there was a period of time Pink wasn't paying rent, if there were any other receipts he had posted so I could be sure to include those in the video, his ex's lawsuit, the revenge his wife was accused of spreading that is now considered false by both parties, and if his ex-wife had ever planned on making allegations against him. One of only two questions he answered is a verifiable lie by Tectone, and the other was included in the last video twice when questioning if he had encouraged Pink to go after his ex-wife with legal cases and revenge allegations.
So if you want to wait a little bit before you make your video, that way you can actually be informed, bada bing, bada boom, there you go. And he's like, Tectone's trying to avoid my questions and silence me from making the video.
I did not say he was trying to silence me, but I did say he was low-key asking me not to make the video, which I do think is probably the fairest criticism he offers, as it's self-admittedly a bit overdramatic. That being said, this is like 5 seconds of an hour-long video. There is a ton of criticisms and lies I caught in that video, so it's telling this is one of the few points he's willing to bring up at all.
And then the guy goes live with
which is a lot of, there's a lot of credit to Tectone. Tectone knows how to spin things. He's very intelligent in the way that he can characterize any argument to benefit him. He does it effectively, strategically, in my opinion. I don't know this, for sure. Maybe it's just coincidental, but in my opinion, that's what happens.
an hour and 8-minute video of the most dog shit, bad faith arguments I've ever seen in my entire life. And then he starts psychoanalyzing my face expressions and my body language and saying, you see, he's lying because look at how his eyebrow twitches here.
So this is the first outright lie by Tectone. I never say you can tell he is lying by reading his facial expressions. I'm not even sure if I make any conclusions whatsoever over his facial expressions. I do close-ups on important moments to add entertainment or to make it dramatic, but what he just said never happens in the...
This is another tactic used by people who know what general audiences are normally going to look at as BS, right? People who overanalyze body language or, you know, character speech or whatever else, like telling somebody's a liar or not. A lot of people don't believe that. And this is why Tectone's using it to try to discredit ShaMoo's whole entire video, try to make it seem like it's bad faith. When I watched that whole video, there was no implication There didn't need to be. He had so many examples of lying that he didn't need to look at Tectone's eyebrow to indicate a lie. Come on. You know, again, this is a tactic used, at least in my opinion, you know, actually orchestrated by Tectone, but it could just be coincidence that Tectone's using it and then it benefits him. But I think it is done with malicious intent to discredit, to make somebody seem like they're being bad faith.
Video. It's just a lie.
Then he gets Plazookas. He gets Plazookas as a viable source of information.
This is the other outright lie Tectone tries to sell. Plazookas is an A-log channel of Tectone, but I only use his videos as an archive for a stream Tectone and his archive channel deleted. -1.
True. And again, can use it without any limitations. Very happy to be a channel that can be used for this specific purpose as far as bringing up examples for his lies. And I agree. Did not use me that often.
Comment made, Plazookas never speaks in the video, it's just using the archive. At the end of the video, I have an archive thanks because I always think the creators, platforms, or users that archive things, but outside of this comment.
And then she went after his wife, and there was a whole controversy over that. She basically had protected him, defended him, and he used her constantly.
Plazookas never comes up in the video, but Tectone wants to exaggerate this to manipulate his audience.
This guy.
Right, because I'm in his audience. I'm the big bad. I'm this bad faith person. I'm this 50-year-old. I'm this mentally ill person. And there's parts of this that I didn't respond to or react to, again, because I had made that video and I was done talking about Tectone for that period of time. But he also makes this you know, doxing thing that I doxed myself and that public records indicate all of these things. Regardless of me doxing myself, my real name or my address, which I'm not at all intimidated by or scared of, it is not the reason I moved. There is no records of my mental health. And so the insinuation that's going to happen later on in this video, I can help ShaMoo out in saying is an absolute lie.
Guy is 58 years old. This guy is 58 years old, I shit you not. Every single day, he makes a video about me. He even put...
No, not every single day. I haven't done it in a while. Although, when this reaction was posted, I was making a video every day. For 30 days. It was a point that I was making.
Put his 1-year anniversary of making videos on me with the most schizo takes ever, and here's the guy he's listening to.
It's actually incredible that one of my main criticisms of Tectone was him lying and manipulating his audience. And in the response itself, he's actually doing it. I've never spoken to Plazookas, and outside of a single archive, there's really nothing there.
He's a 58-year-old man who accidentally doxed himself, leaked all of his private information. So I've done the favor of...
This is the most disingenuous, the most disrespectful, the most calculated thing that someone has ever said in an argument to try to discredit, to try to make me feel like I'm this psychopathic, schizophrenic, you know, bad faith person in the world. And it's just categorically wrong. I have no mental health records. I am not diagnosed with any mental condition. Period. It's not true. It's a complete lie.
Not talking about him for a year.
Again, this is to benefit him so that when he is faced with criticism about not reacting to my videos, which he should react to based on all of his other channels' identity, he can use this as a way to say, this is why I don't react to Plazooka's channel, because I'm protecting him. No, it's because my content is so targeted. Well, target is the wrong word, okay, because it isn't targeted. It is so specific that it's so hard for someone that's lying to criticize or to, you know, try to, like, talk around. And so he doesn't, because he knows if he does, I'll make another video that will react to his last video that will basically tear it all apart. And he won't do it. He won't go down this path because I've been effective. I'm the only one in this space that has done it for as long as I have and has been as effective as I have, even if it hasn't generated a large audience, it has absolutely, and Tectone knows this personally. He does know this. And it's why I kept on making videos for a year. I don't make as many, and I'm not going to make as many going forward.
Because if you want his full name and address, it's already out there.
Yeah, and I would be more than willing to say it now, but I don't really have any reason to. And if you're trying to find my full name and address, if you're trying to find Tectone's full name and address, if you're trying to find ShaMoo's full name and address, if you're trying to find XYZ's content creator's full name and address, then you yourself have a problem. You're either getting paid to do that, or you're being malicious to do that, or you're too parasocial, or you're cultist, or you're infatuated. All of those things are bad. You don't need to know my name outside of Plazookas. And if you choose to go find it anywhere else, obviously if it just happens, or if I'm on a video here and you see it, that's unavoidable. But if you go any further, you try to track me down or track Tectone down or anything like that, and it's not for like background, or if you're doing a video or whatever else, and it's not done responsibly, in my opinion, then yeah, you got a problem. I don't need Tectone to protect me. So Tectone, if you're watching this, which you usually do, 26 minutes in, even now, because you watch all my videos from start to finish, you don't have to protect me. But I'm not going to be making many videos of you, so you don't have to worry about that.
On the internet. So I don't talk about him ever, because this already happened. People already looked into his background. People already looked up that he has multiple diagnosed mental illnesses.
This is such a fucking, technically speaking, real talk, okay? No bullshit. This is a actual example of me being able to sue Tectone for defamatory, slanderous claims. I'm never going to say never. There's a 1% chance that I may do that at some point in time if I feel like I need to do something. But fine. Whatever narrative you want to, because you've already wrote so many narratives. And I just don't think, that it's that important to try to correct the record with your audience, because your audience is so damn cultish, sheepist, that it don't really matter what the real narrative is. They'll just believe whatever you say anyway, regardless of my proof or what I have to say. And how can I prove something that doesn't exist? I can't. I've been to 2 therapists in my entire life. One like 15 years ago and one like 5 years ago. All of 2 week spans on both. So 4 weeks total. That's the only record of mental health that I have. I do not take current prescriptions. I am not currently in a program. So this is just absolutely 100% false. And you could be like, well, he's just poking at you. He's just jabbing at you because you're not technically 58. So the preface that you're 58 plus you're that, sure. Okay, true, potentially. But it's done maliciously, in my opinion, and it's done to discredit me, make me look like I'm a bad faith content creator, which I haven't been.
Right.
I really think this guy may be the most deceptive person I've ever covered.
He may be the most deceptive person you ever covered. And the problem is, it probably is not going to matter, because deceptive people in 2025 and before the Me Too movement, and historically, unfortunately, have been and will continue to be extremely successful and will dictate a lot of people's that are innocents' lives. It's unfortunate, but it's reality. This is part 1 of a multi-part series. Stay tuned for more. Bye for now.